your heart is aching, smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow.
Finally, we're getting close to the end of Liquor Lunch today. And Lamont is my co-host, and Ieden Wall is our guest right now.
Nice to be here, guys. Nice to meet you. I've heard great things,
Thank
Lamont.
You,
but I am happy to meet you, Lamont, which I did in the green room. We exchanged pleasantries, and you seem like a nice guy, affable.
He's from New Brunswick.
New Brunswick?
I'm an East Coaster.
There's no Jews in New Brunswick?
No, there's not, but we love them. They own half the town, but, you know.
Aren't you Jewish?
No, I'm French.
Oh, my God. Look at his...
Why did you think he was Jewish?
Just by what he said in the green room, he said, Ieden, what are you doing here? This is no place for a budding Canada's greatest troubadour. What are you, a schmuck?
Yep.
You used the word schmuck?
I did say that. Schmuck. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you can go either smuck or schmuck, and I went full schmuck. Yeah.
Smuckers.
Yeah.
But here's the reason. No.
You don't want to get yourself in a jam.
Lamont, all kidding aside, here's the reason I did think that you were Jewish. Because you did like to be Jewish, you have to do the ch, like with chutzpah.
Yeah.
Try it, guys. I'm going to do the Jewish test. Try it.
Chutzpah.
See how we did the ch? Now you try it.
Chutzpah.
Chutzpah.
Let's go to the judges. One more time. Wait.
You need chutzpah.
Very good. Now you.
Chutzpah.
He let me have the second round.
And the winner is. Tell him what he's won.
Oh.
Tell him what he's won. So how did you like my book launch? Tell me what did your wife say to you afterwards?
Yeah, she enjoyed it. It was a very great setting, the Shangri-La Hotel. First time I've ever been in there. Very fancy, even.
Fancy schmancy.
Fancy schmancy.
Go all the way if you're going to do it,
Yeah.
right?
I like the little milkshakes. Strawberry, perfect flavor.
Right.
Booze would have been nice.
Okay.
For next time.
Note to self. Yeah.
Note to self.
The poems were pretty good.
Holy mess?
Yeah. Just give it your best crack because
All right.
it's an honor for to have my work read.
Okay. Pull the plug on the sinking ship. We're all walking with a broken hip. We're all talking with a bloody lip. We're limping through the darkness, and there are no candles to be lit. This is one holy mess. I heard a rabbi say, it's hard to find a decent man to bless. I heard the Pope say, it's hard to find a humble man to confess. I heard the store owner say, it's hard to find a sunny window to dress. This is one holy mess. When does this circus hit the road? When can we lessen the load? The good men are being taken. The demons are being awakened. This is one holy mess. They're dying by the thousands, just starving to the bone. Help is one call away, but nobody's picking up the phone. Babies are crying all day for the chance they never got. Politicians are lying about the war that was never fought. This is one holy mess. Every policeman is on the take. The paramedics are running late. Chance is at war with fate. There is no time to waste. They're closing heaven's gate. One holy mess.
Has it always been like that,
Some
Ian?
big time lines here. I think, has it always been like that?
I think it has been.
That's an interesting question. I don't think that it has been like that. I think we're seeing day by day, month by month, year by year. By the way, I have to give your station credit for the amount of attention that you give to social and political consciousness. One of the reasons I love coming on your station and on your show.
That's why I'm here too, brother.
It's tremendous, the emotional burden that you carry. So getting back to your question, I believe that society is eroding quicker than we can than we can testify to. So it hasn't always been like that. There's actually been a lot more decency in the human condition. And I just feel with the rapid advancement of technology, even coming here today, Hugh, I'm looking at everybody glued. I don't think there was one person besides me who wasn't just mesmerized by their smartphone. You scared of where we're going? Like what? Like when you go to bed at night, tell me, what's your frame of mind, seriously? Because they say the first few seconds before you hit the pillow is a barometer on where you really are at inside your mind, inside your heart.
Yeah, I'm concerned about where technology is taking us.
Right.
Taking us away.
How concerned, though? Would you say terrified, Lamont?
I'm not, because I know that every generation has been afraid of something, right?
Right.
But I know that we are ready for whatever it is, because there are people in society that are fully aware of what's going to happen, and they're trained for this. And I find the older people who remember the past are the ones that have the hardest time associating with what's coming.
So you're saying we're going to circumvent whatever obstacles in front of us, even if it's technology going too fast for our own good?
Totally, because you know what? We've got, number one, we have no choice. We just have to get ourselves comfortable with the consciousness of that.
How do we get ourselves comfortable?
Well, through meditation, through calming ourselves down, through understanding that, the God force, whichever religion takes us there.
Yeah.
And like you said, at the end of the night, we check in with ourselves, because while we're laying there, I come up with mantras that are very simple for me to remember, that remind me of the wonderful day that I had, and the negatives of my day, and hopefully I can work on them the next day and release them.
I want you to be my life coach. He's hired.
In Lava Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come on, fly with me.
What are you getting at? What's your whole mission?
What's my mission?
Yeah.
That's my mission.
Pick one, personal or corporate?
My mission has always been, from the moment I started doing art, and I've been a host. I've been a talk show host, of course. Mm-hmm. I've been a producer. I've been a writer, director. Now I'm an author. Of course, I've done many nights on the stand-up comedy stage.
Nice.
My goal has always been to comfort others, and I did speak about this at the book launch. Right? Is that people ask me like, what's going on here, dude? Comedy? Poetry? And not just comedy, but my comedy can be a little bit
meaningful,
abrasive.
And that.
Why not? Yes.
A little bit irreverent, a little bit, trenchant.
Edgy?
Trenchant. I'll have to go
Did
look
you say
that one up.
trenchant?
Yeah, how did you get this job, by the way?
I made
trenchant
it
through.
You created it.
Trenchant through your.
It's not really a job.
Yeah, okay.
It's a joy.
So people say your comedy is so edgy, and now you're a thoughtful poet. And I always say, and I think you can appreciate this, Lamont, is that the two are really really closely linked.
Yeah.
If you deconstruct these two mediums,
if they're not, there's a problem as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. So in every interview, I've done 16 interviews now promoting my book, and everyone says, well, how do you reconcile edgy comedy with thoughtful poetry? And I keep saying that I don't need to reconcile them, because they reconcile each other. They're two sides of the exact same coin. Behind comedy, as you know, humor is always something very, very powerful.
Hi, my name is Enrico Iafolla, and I was better known perhaps as Mr. I in high school, and I was Ieden Wall's grade 11 economics teacher, and I was approached perhaps 35 years ago or so, by Ieden Wall with a very novel idea. He wanted to have his own talk show, and of course, when he proposed this novel idea to me, I thought he obviously was off his rocker.
I've been having this reoccurring flash of you and I, believe it or not, hosting the Oscars together.
Oh my goodness!
Now, before you continue, I'll let you speak in a minute. I'm wondering, Marilyn, by some freak chance, some very freak chance, that you may also, from time to time, be having this reoccurring image of you and I hosting the Oscars together, hence a telepathic premonition, I guess.
Well, listen, if I've never thought about it, but I'll have to do some thinking about it, but if you are going to co-host it with...
Now, after, I would say, 4 or 5 shows, I can't recall exactly how many shows there had been, I found out from a colleague who by now had also heard about Ieden Wall's talk show at Northern Secondary, that Ieden, at, again, ripe old age of 15, was living on his own with his brother Harlan. That really threw me for a loop, because aside from the fact that you have a kid really taking on a monumental task of hosting a show where some of Toronto's local celebrities have been invited, but he is actually living on his own and fending for himself, quite frankly. And then I realized that the show was more than just a show to amuse people or perhaps bring some local celebrities to talk about their lives. This was almost a form of therapy for Ieden himself, a coping mechanism, if you will, whereby Ieden could actually deal with his own particular foibles, his own particular, let's say, demons perhaps. So if I had to choose one sentence, a soundbite to describe what the Ieden Wall talk show was all about, I would say that it was Ieden's, I would say, lifeline, really. That was his lifeline.
But before we go, I just wanted to address a question that was posed to me the other day. And this person actually asked me, what's with that clown that's on the corner of your desk, Ieden? Does it mean anything? And, you know, ladies and gentlemen, there's quite a story that goes along with this little clown here, and I'd like to tell it to you now if I could. It was actually given to my grandfather several years ago when he was very ill in the hospital. And it was given to him in the hope that it might cheer him up a little. By looking at the clown, it might put a smile on his face as well. This clown means a great deal to me because it symbolizes life, really, to me, and what it's about, and that's to try and have fun. And life's tough sometimes, but the key is to try and keep smiling.
In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come on, fly with me.
So George, who was just on the show literally like half an hour ago, just said one of the things that keeps you alive in jail, in that negative environment, is humor. Right? The court jester in the days of the kings and the queens was the one who knew what was really going on.
Well, there's a big debate, right? Was it the poet or the court jester who ruled the land in ancient times? And I have to say that it was the poet who, you know, who did rule the land. But it's an interminable debate.
I've never heard that one.
You know, one could come up with a case for both of them. But I do have to say,
didn't the court jester extol certain levels of poetry in his work when he was singing? And
well, one could say that the poet, he employed great depths of humor. So this is something that you should have on your next town hall. Was it the poet or the comic or the court jester who ruled the land?
Well, who rules the land today, Ieden?
One night at 3 a.m. when I was trying to make a mad rush to finish this book, because it was about 10 years, and I said, how do I, it's like closing...
I gotta write some poems quick.
It's like closing out the World Series. You know, it's like LeBron James talks about closing out the NBA Finals. It's like, you know, 10 years, and you're so close, and you're close, and then writer's block is, it's coming. Yep. And then I thought to myself, why? Like you asked me a few minutes earlier, like, why am I really doing this? Like, why am I up at 3:30 a.m. while all my friends are sleeping, and I'm at my desk? And like, what's really driving this? And then I realized, and you'll appreciate this, and I know Lamont will, as an artist, we're definitely trying at the roots, trying to apprehend this notion of God, this mysterious notion of God. So then it came to me, this poem, because it just flew into my brain. The poem's called God, and here it goes. My words are trying to reach a place that can't be reached. Still, there is beauty in the quest in each moment that I meet. For in each moment I draw closer to thee, and in drawing closer I feel things I've never felt in me. The depths of sorrow, the hope of tomorrow. As my soul awakens, I understand why you can't be reached. You have perfectly concealed your face, so the star might fill the empty space. And like lovers in the night, we might long for your embrace. For you desire our longing and not our touch, longing in our trials, knowing it's all worthwhile, knowing there's a light beyond the sun, knowing there's a fight to be won. And so you are slightly out of my reach. You're the victor that can't be beat. You're the fate I long to meet. You're the lesson I want to teach. But you can't be reached. In the still of the night, the floor of heaven creaks and echoes the sound of your feet. and you walk on the clouds and imbibe the passionate longing in the heart of every lover who longs for you and only you, the Lord our God.
In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you. Come on, fly with me.
It's great to meet you,
Oh.
Lamont, and Hugh, it's always good to see you.
I think we had a great time today. Eden, I think we should, or you should mention a website or something where people can stay in touch, maybe get their hands on the book.
Absolutely. So we are right now, I do have a literary publicist, and we are very excited at the possibility of being in bookstores in the spring, Indigo and Chapters. But for now, they can go to edentv.ca, EDEN-TV.ca, and they can also go right to Amazon, which is a tremendous, of course, Kindle has it available, but you want to hold it in your hands. Is that right? You want to still hold the book in your hands. So I say, go to Amazon, and copies are rolling off, pretty nicely for a book of poetry. I'm really proud of, what.
It's great to keep have one in every room in the house in case you need some wisdom.
Some wisdom.
Right?
Good to
Always
pull
have
it
it
out
at
of him
hand.
like that.
Some wisdom.
You know? I could see how that was difficult for him to. You really had to, get that out there off the cuff.
Yeah. So thanks, Eden.
Okay, guys. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, my friend.
Okay.
Fun, dude.
Okay, dude.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
You too, Ed. Okay, that's it for the show. We'll see you next time.
I want to body jack you, but I think
let's
you're-
do it. Push arm wrestle.
Jeez, look at